Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban. I'm Timothy Allen Alenko, and today I'm not going to have coffee on Korriban. I'm actually going to have some tea because I'm starting to get sick and I don't want my throat to feel awful anymore, so I'm going to have some tea to help fix my throat. But in the future, I will be having coffee because I love coffee, and I love Korriban as well. As you can see, I'm definitely in Korriban right now. But in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of The Bad Batch, episodes 1 through 6, because that's all that's out right now. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on them, some things that I noticed, some predictions that I might want to make as we progress through the season. And if this is something that you like, if you want my reviews, I can review individual episodes if there's anyone that wants to watch that. Today's a little bit low budget. I'm just using earbud mics and stuff. But I'm planning on getting a better camera and a computer so I can actually edit stuff not on my cell phone. So we'll see if I can get better at the quality side of things. But anyway, I'm going to start making the tea by turning on my water, and that's going to go ahead and start there. So anyway, Bad Batch, episodes 1 through 6 so far. I love this show. It's really, really good. Is it better than Clone Wars? I don't know. In terms of animation, absolutely. It is so good. And I don't know if any of you guys watching have seen The Bad Batch on a 4K TV, like with actual 4K. It is mind-blowing, the amount of attention to detail they put in. This is something I noticed on skin textures. At some point, in going for higher quality in animation, you reach the uncanny valley. And if you make it too realistic, but not perfect enough, it has to be super perfect, you get into this uncanny valley. Now, how they've avoided that in The Bad Batch is if you look at like Hunter's face, like right here, they've added like a cool texture to make it look animated. They don't look like real humans, they look like animated people. But the bonus of that is they don't go into the uncanny valley because they look animated, but at the same time it allows them to get their animation quality way up to par, and the settings are absolutely incredible. Like on Corellia in the industrial settings where they were in episode 6 getting the battle droids and stuff. Just fantastic. The cityscapes and the sky and the atmosphere and the dust on things and stuff, everything, the attention to detail is fantastic. Storyline wise, I like it. It's great. My only gripe would probably be the crash and fix type of storytelling in some of the episodes. This happened in Mandalorian a lot. Oh, the ship's damaged. We have to crash on this planet and we have to fix it. That happens a lot in Dave Filoni type stuff. But I don't hate it. It's just something I noticed that, could be a little bit better, but I know things are building, and so far each episode hasn't let me down because there's something in each episode that is building up towards, whatever it's building up to. We got to see. The character of Omega I wanted to talk about. A lot of people I've heard are complaining that Omega is annoying. Nick from Echo Base Network, I know, is a huge fan of Omega. So that is... our water's done. Nick is a huge fan of Omega. I know that for sure. I don't find her character annoying. Maybe because I have 2 daughters. And so if you have had daughters before, then you might be like, that's not annoying. That's normal. That's how a kid is supposed to act. Yeah, there's some things that Omega does in the show that my daughter does exactly the same. For example, when she was playing in the episode Cut and Run with the kids, I forgot their names, but she's playing ball with the kids, and she's like, what's the purpose of this? She didn't understand. My daughter's the same way. She doesn't get why I, do certain things with her. And after Omega caught the ball, she was super excited. I caught it! And my daughter does the same thing. I toss her the ball, and she's only 1, so she'll catch it. And I caught it! So I guess that part of it makes me really invested in the characters because, I get it. That's how a kid would act. And so I don't find her character annoying. As far as is she force sensitive, I don't think so. And I kind of hope that she's not force sensitive, although they could play it correctly and make it that she is force sensitive, but I would prefer that it not be force sensitive. I'd rather it be a mutation that explains what her purpose is. As Cut said, you all were made with a purpose. What's hers? And I'm assuming we'll find this out as we get later in the season. But what is her purpose? I hope it's not Force sensitive, like, oh, she just has the Force and that's how she's doing all these things, which that's another point I wanted to talk about. Is she a Mary Sue? Obviously not. A lot of people are saying that, I've heard, but she's not. She made one lucky shot, which could be explained later in the season by us finding out what her enhancement is, why she made that shot. But it's not like a guaranteed crosshair type shot every single time. Because in the last episode, when she was with Sid, the Trandoshan, she couldn't hit that target, 3/4 of the time. And so she's not just like perfectly gifted as soon as she picks up anything. Although I'm pretty sure that she will have the ability to pick up things quickly. So the more she trains with her bow, I'm pretty sure she'll be pretty deadly with that as we go on. Cool little Easter eggs like the Death Troopers that they had in the first episode. The first generation Death Troopers is really cool. There's a lot of attention to detail that they put into the show, and the more you know the extended universe, the more you get out of the show, which is really cool. It's catering to the brand new fans who don't know a whole lot, but they want entertainment. It's catering to the kids who want a cool kids show and a Omega child character that they can relate to, and also the really hardcore fans that pick up all the little tiny details. It's really cool how they're doing that. Another detail is Tarkin was promoted from Admiral or whatever he was to Grand Moff within the first 2 episodes. In the second episode, he was promoted to Grand Moff. He had the insignia, the rank of Grand Moff already, which shows you how fast the Empire is growing and promoting him. He really moved up the ranks because he's willing to do what needs to be done. And you think about it from their perspective, clones are really costly and they take a long time to grow. And so if you need to enforce the rules like a police force over the entire galaxy, you don't need Navy SEALs to police your entire police force. You want people that can get the job done because of their numbers rather than their skill set. And so that's why they're going for the enlisted, recruited soldiers rather than clones. So, Wrecker's head. Oh boy, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming the first time he hit his head. We knew that he was going to not have a fun time with that. And that's what we got in our last episode, number 6. And it's a bummer. I don't want Wrecker to turn. I really hope it turns out good because he's my favorite character. Him and Omega are tied, I think, for my favorite characters so far. But I don't want him to turn. But if you'll notice, he snapped out of that. He was saying "good soldiers" or whatever. He snapped out of that when Omega talked to him and said, Recca, we need help down here, or whatever Kiwi accent, or whatever. That's one accent I can't do. But anyway, Omega was the one who snapped him out of that. And, I'm wondering if she will be kind of the only person to be able to talk him down when he's in his, Hulk mode or whatever. And also, a little bit of a prediction. I really think it would be super cool if when Wrecker does turn, because we all know he's going to, when Wrecker does turn, because he's so childlike when he's normal, he's like a big kid, right? We all know that. If he turns, how crazy would that be if he's like an unstoppable, brutal machine, doesn't think, doesn't reason at all, just carries out the mission, destroy, like brain dead zombie, just complete destruction as he's turned. That would be gnarly, I think. But the dynamic between all the clones and Omega is pretty cool. Wrecker is like the uncle who is like really close with the niece and, has a lot of fun for her. I mean, he gave her own room and stuff. That was so awesome. Really touching moment. In the same episode as like brutally torching the innocent civilians with crosshair. That was brutal. But anyway, Wrecker and Omega is a really cool dynamic. It's just the uncle that will do anything to protect her. And then Hunter is like the dad. And I think that's why I resonate with the show so well so far, is because I'm a dad of two. I got two kids. And, you know, there's a phrase I've said before. I don't mind going to prison. I don't mind going to prison. If someone hurts my daughter, I don't mind going to prison. I will protect my daughter. And vengeance, I guess, all that stuff. But anyway, it's really cool. I hope they develop that dynamic more in the show. I think that's it. As far as predictions, I think Hunter is going to turn, or Wrecker is going to turn. I think they are going to have to try to find a way to turn him back. And that's going to be the goal of the show, is to meet up with Rex and Ahsoka and figure out how to stop the process or to turn him and Crosshair back. And I think there's going to be a clone revolt on Kamino when they all figure out they've been duped, possibly with the aid of the Kaminoans, saying like, look, we created you for the Republic, but this Empire is trying to take over and they're brainwashing you guys. We didn't want that for you guys. We're turning off your inhibitor chips. Let's defend our planet of Kamino. And I think Kamino is going to get wiped out because we never hear of it again in anything, in comics or whatever. I think Kamino is going to get wiped out. So those are my predictions. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Bad Batch and how you like it so far. And let me know what other kind of Star Wars content you want me to make. If you like this section or segment of Coffee on Korriban, even though